before we started working together, what were the kind of things you were wrestling with at that time? For you and your dental practice.
I think it's pretty common that we're all just hectic, we're all manic, we're all spread very thin, managing different disparate tasks and roles and wearing lots of different hats. And so it's an eternal challenge to any practice owner, I think. And so whilst I kind of probably can get there on individual tasks, it's prioritizing, it's and delegating, and having that team around you organized in a way that's going to help you get the best out of your time. So I think that's, I was too busy to do it all myself and not being effective with my time. And I think that probably rings true to almost every dentist in the country. And I think that's been a big stepping stone in my progress over the last 4 years or so that we've been working together. It's just been trying to stop being a busy fool, stop just charging on day to day, and that reset regularly and accountability about how we're doing on our priorities, get you back on track, because every week, if not every day, something comes along to drag me off course, to drag me away from the things that we've decided we're going to focus on this quarter, this month, this week. And this firefighting is a common theme among practice owners, and getting you back onto the things that are going to move the business forward. So that's been massive.
And if you think about when we started working to now, what would you say has changed in how Beam is? What's happened to Beam, and what's happened to practice? Can you talk about its growth or the changes? What would you say? What's changed?
So I think one thing that's improved considerably is how we've engaged with the team a lot better. So in terms of the leadership thing, trying to actually do that rather than just talk about it. Leadership's great in theory, but you've got to make time and energy and prioritize that. It doesn't happen by accident. Yeah, there's an ongoing influence of culture, and again, trying to verbalize that, trying to actually own that and then deliver that. So I think bringing that culture that I want within the practice and that the team own and display, I think that's been a major change that I certainly was not managing on my own. Your engagement and steering on that on a regular has been massive. And also the big change is just being the regular engagement and accountability and resets, not just for me, but for my leadership team, establishing that group within the practice and allowing me to have and use my support network better within the practice to delegate more and get feedback and accountability and how are we doing, what are we doing? And so you've been instrumental in helping me apply the structure and utilize that structure to its full effect. We've, like many practices, probably tried to downplay the NHS side and tried to optimize our private offering and what we're doing on the private front. Certainly for me personally, that's been a huge change in my working week, reducing the previous big NHS workload and focusing very much on the private, on the aligner space, using lots of invisible. And then again, trying to develop that in the realm of the kids orthodontics, not just defaulting all the kids into the NHS boat, but doing we're building the private kids and there's offering considerably in the last few years. So that's been a significant direction of travel. I think it's helped my business and my team develop and move on. And I think not sure where we'd be without it, because I can bring it back to something I said earlier. I think just getting you back on track and keeping you focused on where you've set your strategies to be, what you're actually intending to do, because it's all practice owners know there's just so many distractions, so many worries, so many practice down the roads doing what you're doing, what another corporate's doing, stick. Yeah, that's fine. That's always going to happen. You can't control those things. Just make your plan and try and stick to it. And if it needs to change, it can change, but it's stopping you failing because you just get distracted by all the other nonsense that goes on. That's just a constant theme. So I think that's been super valuable just to keep me and my leadership team on track.
You had to speak to one of your orthodontist friends or colleagues. What would you say it's like working with me and with fitting leadership?
I think your style is different, and it is a coaching style. You're not a previous dentist. You're not back to not worked in that. Oh, I think your style is a classic coachy element in that you're trying to help me find the answers, work it out with myself, and own the solutions, and ask the right questions at the right time, so the light bulbs go on. All right, okay. So I think because I've been doing this long enough, I know all the answers. I probably know the right answer in most situations relating to the practice. It's just finding it within myself and realizing it and putting the two and two together and getting the four. And then applying that and giving me the structure to take that forward. So I found it very positive in terms of helping me get the best out of myself, and therefore helping me get the best out of my team and my practice. And I found you incredibly accessible and helpful to work with. You've been great with the team. All our team know you well, and great fondness for you and your manner. And I'm quite blunt, to be fair. So I call a spade, but not everybody does, apparently. So I've learned there's different types of people, Jamie tells me. So, you've been very good at bringing that dynamic out within the team and keeping everybody involved and feeling safe, and encourage them to speak up and chip in and do their part. So I think that's been super helpful and part of your skill set, which I don't naturally have.